Okay, I wanted to do a little video on EPA wood burning stoves. Stoves that have a secondary burn to them, which most new stoves are like this, but they don't operate like conventional older stoves. The thing is, they don't let the fire get as much air, so they end up building a large bed of coals, like you can see with mine right here. And the more wood you put in, the larger this pile of coals will get, to the point where it actually makes it less efficient. Even though coals are very hot, they don't transfer heat through these walls like fire does. So what I'm having a problem with is a big bed of coals, and it doesn't want to produce as much heat as if there weren't a large bed of coals. So what I have found, and I belong to a firewood cutters Facebook page that we talked about it on there, and what the conclusion was is whenever you go to put more wood in, you have to pull all the coals to the front of the fire every time, or you'll get a really large bed of coals towards the back. And you could spread them out like this, but it's still, like, I can feel a ton of heat coming off of here right now once you stir them up. But you end up with real large coals, like this piece here and this piece. So you got to rake them all towards the front whenever you go to put more wood in, which kind of sucks because when you rake them all towards the front, you end up getting a ton of heat, like right in your face. But when you do this, this brings all the coals to the front, where it will get the majority of the air. Most newer stoves like this, the air comes down in from the top and goes and circles around the back. And also there are two little holes that let air in right there that will also help burn up the coals in the front, because it lets extra air in. So I have been testing this, rake the coals to the front, for 2 days now, and it works. I haven't had a large buildup of coals. It was in the 20s. It was in the 20s last week, and it's still in the 20s, but it was in the 20s last week, and I couldn't get this thing to keep up with the actual temperature outside. It was keeping the house 70, about 71. The wife likes it like 73. The whole family does. So I just kept feeding it logs and feeding it logs and feeding it logs, not doing anything with the ashes. And then that's when, I had a bed of ashes that was that high, and I ended up digging some of the ashes out and putting them in the ash bucket, some of the coals and ashes, to get it to burn better. Once I did that, it was able to keep up, maintain 73 degrees without any issues. But when you get that big bed of coals, it doesn't work as well. It's not as efficient. So that's what I figured out. A lot of the guys online were saying the same thing, that the bed of coals makes it less efficient, but it'll keep a bed of coals for like days. But you have to rake them towards the front of the thing so it can get the downdraft air. Like you can see it right now, right where these two holes are. It's really bright, and then as that burns down, it'll let the air go towards the back of the downdraft air go towards the back of the fire. And this is the most efficient way to burn the wood. Napoleon, who makes this, suggests packing all the wood as far in the back as you can, as high as you can, shutting the door and leaving it go until, it's down to a bed of coals, which is pretty much what we do. But they never say to rake all the coals forward, and that's one really important thing that you have to do. So I hope this video helps you. This is my second year with a EPA certified wood furnace, and they are a challenge compared to an old-fashioned conventional wood furnace. They're finicky, they're harder to use, they don't put out as much heat, but they're much more efficient. They don't put out there's like almost no smoke out of this. You get some right when you get a fire going, but once you have a bed of coals established and a fire going, you probably won't see hardly anything coming out of the chimney. Maybe I'll go outside and show you what it looks like. Now that I just put wood in, it'll probably be smoking a little bit. But okay, here's a little shot of the stovepipe. Like I said, I just put the wood in, so that's about the most smoke you'll get once it is up and running, and that's just because I just put wood in. Normally, whenever after 10 minutes, you won't see any smoke coming out of there at all. You won't even be able to tell that there's a fire going. So, oh, sorry. So that's what it looks like when it's getting some, when the wood's starting to go. Very clean and efficient. Very efficient, very clean for the environment since it reburns everything. I'm happy with it. It just takes some getting used to, and there's some tips and tricks that you need to figure out, and you'll figure out in time yourself. But I hope this video helps you. Please comment, like, and subscribe.